All right, welcome back to the Krug Show as we talk a little bit about CJ West. Jimmy Wagner with us, who's a graduate of Kent State and worked for Kent State for a couple of years and is very, very familiar with CJ West. And he's with us to talk a little bit about the Niners' newest defensive tackle. So, Jimmy, tell us a little bit about CJ West. What was there a story at Kent State that followed him around, or any anecdotes? Because, man, I love the personality. I love the hand strength. CJ had a tremendous year at Indiana. Obviously, he got a lot of things done at Kent State to help him along the way. What kind of football player was he at Kent State?
Yeah, just a hard worker. Just a guy that would come in every single day, work his ass off. Always had a smile on his face. But yeah, definitely just a guy that would work his tail off every single day.
The one thing that really stands out to me about CJ West is the violence that he possesses in his hands. When I saw him in Frisco, Texas, doing the one-on-ones before the East-West Shrine game, just watching this guy ragdoll NFL, prospect interior linemen like they were nothing. And I asked Chris Kasarik, the 49er defensive line coach, about those hands, and he said, man, they're violent and they're advanced. Yeah. So is that something that he had back at Kent State?
That was something that he definitely had coming into Kent, but Coach Farrell, our old defensive line coach who's now at Rutgers, definitely helped him out a lot. And then as he transitioned to Indiana, their old D-line coach who was at GMU, he did a phenomenal job as well, just working with CJ. CJ always had an edge on him. I mean, he was always bullying people in the interior, but definitely when he went to Indiana, that's when he kind of put it all together and made it something that it's NFL level talent.
Did you enjoy watching him do his thing at Indiana this last year?
Yes. I definitely like rooting for guys that went to Kent and then go on to a bigger school. I mean, Tez Walker, who's with the Ravens now, that's another guy that was at Kent for 2 years and then transferred to UNC. And I don't know if you know too much about his story, but
yeah,
same thing. Like they're kind of like small school kind of grown talents, but at the same time, like it's something that all of us kind of expected from these guys. Like, okay, yeah, they're NFL level guys, but just great people.
Where is Kent State?
So Kent State is in Northeast Ohio, about 50 minutes away from Cleveland, and then about 30 minutes away from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Okay. What do you think of CJ West's potential as a pass rusher?
I think it's definitely there. I mean, he's definitely going to create some opportunities for Nick Bosa and other pass rushers there. But I also believe that Nick Bosa is going to be creating some opportunities for CJ West. But another thing that I think that he may be missing with CJ, he's going to be a do-it-all type of guy. I mean, he's 300 plus pounds, 6'3", 6'2". He can clog 2 interior holes just right there with his size. So he's definitely an all overall a good defensive lineman.
The one thing that really stands out when you watch him is he's got this great strength at the point of attack, but he also has this really great movement ability to move side to side and to keep his shoulders squared to the line of scrimmage and keep, sight of the football. He's a combination of power and finesse. He's got the great power in his hands, but this is a guy. If you pegged CJ West as a guy that he's all power and he can't move, you're gonna have to reassess because this guy moves very, very well laterally.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, he ran like a under 5-second 40, I believe, at the NFL Combine or something close to that. I mean, it's something that we definitely saw that he's very mobile at his size.
One of the practice footage, I took some footage from practice the other day. I want to share the screen, and you can see CJ West from practice, and you can hear the Niners coaches. But what I want to show you here is look at the GA, the grad assistant, who's wearing these pads, and watch this kid's neck shoot back upon the knockback from CJ West. Watch this first initial one here. I mean, that's you. That's power, huh? That's power. This guy's got tremendous knockback power, and I think we've already started to see it even in just OTA and minicamp practices. This guy comes firing off the ball, violent hands, and it's very underrated player with his hands. So that initial pop, he really does create an explosion there.
Yes, definitely agree. I'm definitely glad that wasn't me when I was working with Ken, because I probably would have left with a sprained neck or broken bone, something, if I was in that position group with helping them out.
You know, he seems like a guy who really sets a high standard for himself. Tell us a little bit about CJ the person.
Yeah, just phenomenal guy. I mean, like I said, he had a smile on his face every single day, very infectious smile, but just overall a hard worker. I mean, weight room guy that would just come in, work his ass off every single day.
Leader, being a leader, you know, these are young guys, right? I mean, these guys are 19, 20, 21 sometimes, you know, when they first get there. It's hard necessarily at that age to, you know, to lead. I mean, it's just not necessarily natural. What did you think of CJ's ability to lead?
Yeah, just definitely a natural leader. When his last year at Kent, he was a captain for the football team. We have a thing where if you're when I was there at Kent, you're a single digit, you're listed as the golden standard. So you're living up to the standard for our football team. And he was the single digit when he was there. So that kind of tells you he did everything right.
That seems like a you know, a kind of a number of a kind of an accolade that number of programs go with. That's interesting. So this guy was a culture changing type player there at Kent.
Definitely. Yep. 100%.
When, you know, as far, is there any stories you can tell us about CJ that would make us appreciate him as a person or a player?
You know, just him. I don't have too many stories of him, but I do just want to just keep on saying that he's just a great guy. I mean, just the hardworking mentality that he had, the infectious smile that he'd always give off before practice, during practice, after practice. Just a truly great guy that would make everyone happy, make everyone smile. But I mean, just working his ass off made everyone else proud and made everyone else want to work hard too.
How cool would it be for you and for the other people in that program to see CJ, you know, apply his trait, you know, apply his craft and do his thing at the pro level? I mean, how eager are you to watch that?
Definitely eager. I mean, I'm myself I'm a Browns fan, so I'm a little bit scared when we face the 49ers, because CJ is definitely gonna cause some havoc up in the middle.
Would you, as a Browns fan, would you trade Mason Graham for C.J. West? One guy went in the first round, the other guy went in the third round. Something tells me C.J. West might be almost as good.
Yeah, I mean, definitely as a Kent State fan, CJ is definitely up there. Mason Graham's also a good D tackle, but that's a close one. That's definitely a very close one.
Jimmy, thanks for your time, man. Thanks for jumping on and talking a little CJ West. I'll give you the final thought. Your final thought, if you had a message that you would want to send to CJ to help him in his pro career, what message would you want to send?
Best of luck, CJ. You worked your ass off this so far in your life. Just keep it going, dude. Proud of you.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on the show, and we really do appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you.